Yeah, they really lost to the Pelicans. We'll talk about it next. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs post-game show powered by Game Time and Michelob Ultra. Download the Game Time app and create an account. Use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. And Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Yeah, it happened. The Mavericks lose their third straight, this time at home to the New Orleans Pelicans. 101-99. The Mavericks are now tied for the worst record in the Western Conference after 8 games. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs and exhausted analyst Bobby Carell. Our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Our DLLS Mavs beat writer Harrod Jr. going to be joining us a little bit later on in the program, live from the American Airlines Center to break it all down as the Mavericks disappoint once again. Don't clear 100 at home and lose. Cooper Flagg having a chance to tie it with 4 seconds left, misses a free throw jumper. And the Pelicans secure the rebound, run out the clock, and they come in on the second night of a back-to-back after getting their first win last night at home against the Charlotte Hornets, come to Dallas and beat the Mavericks, Bobby, 101-99. And as you can see in the chat, as sure other Mavericks fans who are going to be watching us over the course of the next hour, yeah, this sucks. This is not good. Not good at all.
The Mavs are bad. They're a bad team. They're a bad team. They're injured, but they're bad. If you're down your 3 best, let's call them their 3 best players, you're going to be bad. But even with 2 of the 3 best players healthy, they were also bad.
Yeah.
They lost by 30 plus on opening night. They didn't score 100. Tonight, they played, coming into the game, what was the worst team in the Western Conference, who was on the second night of the back-to-back, without Zion, who was their best player, with Trey Murphy playing like, I think he got monstered.
Yeah, he was
so
smoking
you can just
everything
say they were down their 2 best players.
Yeah.
Again, on the second night of the back-to-back, at home, and they lost. And it was the result that they deserved. It was the result that they earned. They are about an inch and a half on an Aaron Nesmith three-pointer away from being 1-7.
Yeah.
Losing at home to the Wizards, to the Pelicans, and damn near to the Pacers, who just took a home loss to the Nets, by the way, tonight. They have looked uncompetitive against some of the better teams that they've played, and they have looked like they belong on the floor with the worst teams they've played. They're bad. They're a bad team right now.
And yes, Marco, you are technically correct. Not technically, you're 100% correct. With the early season win over the Mavericks, the Mavericks are actually dead last in the West.
Cellar dwellers!
Because the Pelicans won.
We did it!
So with them having the same 2-6 record, the Pelicans actually are 14th. The Mavericks are dead last in the Western Conference. Some of the numbers from tonight's game. Mavericks had 6 guys in double figures. Cooper Flagg actually led the Mavericks with the 20 points that he had on just 8 of 19 from the field. P.J. Washington, who had a strong first half, only had 4 points in the second half, finishing with 15. As the Mavericks, Bobby, for the 6th time in 8 games, don't clear an offensive rating of over 100 and only score 99 points to a shorthanded Pelicans team with no Zion Williamson, no Jordan Poole, no Izmisi. The Pelicans were the ones who jumped out and were the aggressive ones, jumping out to what was an 18-6 start. In fact, it was 11-0 to start off the game. You would know. You were doing the Corellustrator watch-along, and you were watching all this all unfold, which we'll get to throughout the course of the show as well. Shout out to our guy, Bobby Carella, with the Corellustrator watch-along for the very first time. Hopefully you enjoyed that much more than you did the basketball that was on the floor, as the Mavericks shot 41% from the field overall, just 31% from three, even with the lineup changes that they had with D'Angelo Russell and Max Christie starting, Klay Thompson coming off the bench for the first time this season tonight. Mavericks out-rebounded by 12, 56-44. The turnovers, which we'll get to in the next segment, reared their ugly head again in the fourth quarter. But as you can see from tonight's statistics, just ugly offense all around between these two teams as the Mavericks fall 101 to 99 at home against Pelicans.
When in the fourth quarter, the Mavs were 7 of 17 from the floor, 0 of 3 from 3, and they committed 7 turnovers. And, this is something that we talked about. Man, I don't remember. Was it the Pistons game, I think, was the first time we brought up, what are they going to do in the fourth quarter? And after the Rockets game, we said the same exact thing. What are they going to do in the fourth quarter? Now, the difference between the Pelicans and the Pistons and the Rockets is that those two teams are good.
Yes.
Those two teams will be in the playoffs. Both of those teams could realistically host a game 1 in the first round. Those are good teams.
Mm-hmm.
So losing out to them in a back and forth could go either way kind of game is completely understandable, especially given the Mavs injury situation. But against the Pelicans coming into this game, the 29th best defense in the NBA, that in the fourth quarter gave all of their center minutes to Derek Queen, who's a rookie.
Yes.
And just had a bunch. Jeremiah Fears, another rookie. Sadiq Bey, who is a vet but did not play in the NBA last season. To not be able to get good shots against them and to not be able to knock down the better shots that you do get against them is very, very worrying, man. And, there are a lot of, I'm not doing this to like lecture anybody or whatever. There are a lot of built-in excuses for why this team is losing games. Bunch of guys are hurt. They got a rookie at point guard. The coach is playing the rookie out of position. Like everything is going bad. Their only healthy big man is on a minutes restriction,
which he exceeded again tonight.
Yeah, but the problem is like none of those excuses are going away anytime soon. Like there's still the only thing that will change is that Coop is turning 19 in December. Otherwise, who knows when AD's playing again, dude? Like, sure, he's day to day. I'll believe that whenever he plays again. Kyrie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it,
Lively hopefully comes. Jason Kidd said pregame that Anthony Davis is day to day as he continues to ramp up and come back from the calf strain. He did say that Derek Lively hopefully will be back next week for the Mavericks.
But here's the thing. Right now, and this is not including, wait a minute, let me refresh and see if it will. It does not include tonight's results.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, coming into this game, the Mavs, their relative offensive rating, so their offensive efficiency relative to the rest of the NBA was minus 11.4. So they're 11.4 points below essentially what is the league average in offensive rating. That is 3 points worse than the previous worst offense they've ever had relative to the rest of the league. And that year, the Mavs won 11 games. Now, that 11-win Mavs team was 2.5 points worse than the next worst relative offensive rating that they've ever had. And that team won 13 games. They are playing objectionable, offensive, disgusting, humiliating, like laughable offense. They are this offense, and like I'm not trying to be like a mean jerk. I'm not trying to be a meanie head to the players. I want these guys to do well. I was really impressed with Coop's game tonight. Honestly, I came away feeling really good about Coop from this game.
He was cooking with the left at times tonight.
But this offense sucks, dude.
It's awful.
This is horrible. This is uncompetitive. You are not going to win a single game. Like literally, they're 3 points worse than an 11-win team on offense. Like they are winning games at like a 7-win pace over the course of a season. Like that is how bad their offense is. This is the NBA, dude. I don't care that you're missing Kyrie. I don't care you're missing AD. Bunch of Mavs fans didn't think Derek Lively was going to be good without Luka anyway, so you can't even factor him into the equation. This offense it's
garbage.
It is stinky.
Yeah.
It is stinky, man.
Yeah, and for all the things that you've laid out, this is still a Pelicans team that was severely shorthanded, and you had, I believe, the better team, and they did not play like it. Whether it was PJ who had look, if PJ doesn't go off in the second quarter with the 10 points
Dude,
and the 5 rebounds that he had,
I love PJ.
the Mavericks would have lost this game by double digits. PJ Washington was single-handedly keeping them in this game in the second quarter. But again, late game execution and their inability to do it, turnovers at the wrong time, poor shot selection, and more importantly, you got off to a bad start in this game. We talked about it during the pregame show. Get off to a good start and take it to the Pelicans. You were down 11-zip before you could blink and down 18-6 5 minutes into the game. That is not a recipe for success, giving a team that's only got one win on the season, that just got it last night, confidence that they could stick with you in this game. And even when they took their first lead in the third quarter, the Pelicans still found themselves hanging around this game, and you were never able to sustain a big enough, good enough run to string enough together good possessions to be able to start to take the will away from the Pelicans, and you let them hang around. And they made enough plays down the stretch to be able to get this done. And this is about as rock bottom you can get through 8 games as you could think of for a team that, as you mentioned during the offseason, had to get off to a good start. This is the worst possible start that you could get given what they had to do to start off this game or start off this season, especially with the amount of home games that they had to start off the season.
Yeah, there's 2 things from that are kind of connected, even though they're different points. One, you said you let them hang around, and that is like a cliche that we'll throw around in sports. You don't want to let the road bad team, the underdog, come in and stick around because they're gonna, you're increasing your chance of losing. They're gonna gain confidence, all that stuff. The problem is the Mavs are not good enough to let anyone do anything. They're bad. Like, the Mavs are the team that other teams will let stick around. That is the level that the Mavs are at right now. I think the problem with the Mavs, one of them, is that I think they believe that they are the kind of team that is like good enough to let teams stick around. They're not. D'Angelo Russell in this game gets the start, a move that we applauded universally.
Yes, we've been waiting for that move. Yes,
they needed a point guard on the floor. D'Lo in the first quarter goes 1 for 5 from the floor with a turnover and a foul, 0 assists, -10. He was very, very bad, and that is another reflection. This is not a D'Lo issue. This is a Mavs issue. The Mavs believed, the front office believed, that they were good enough to withstand 40 to 50 plus missed games from Kyrie Irving. They were so good. They were so good everywhere else on the roster that they could just get by signing a point guard to the minimum in Brandon Williams, signing another point guard to the minimum in Dante Exum, who I think is, rumor has it, is still on the team. And then using the taxpayer mid-level exception on D'Angelo Russell, which was the most money they had to spend in free agency, but they could have made a trade for a guy. They could have done any number of other things. But they assessed their roster situation as so good that they could just sign a dude to come in and play point guard. Is going to be great. But they're paying the price for that miscalculation, man. Like, D'Lo has been really good in some games. He's been fine in others, and he has been bad in others. It's been wild swings. They need consistency from someone somewhere on this roster. Kyrie is consistently out. That's great. D-Live, can't count on him. AD, can't count on him. You're not getting consistency from your 3 best players. Your 4th best player is supposed to be Cooper Flagg. He's 18. You're not getting consistency from him anytime soon. PJ Washington, no complaints.
No complaints.
2 thumbs up. Love PJ.
2 thumbs up for PJ.
But you need other guys. D'Lo and Clay are the 2 vets on this team, and you cannot count on either of those guys right now. So it's like, okay, so what can you rely on? You can't rely on anything other than they're probably going to miscalculate the next thing they do too. Like, it's a complete unmitigated disaster,
it's a disaster.
Dude. I think that they're paying the price for their own misassessment of their roster. If they watched one episode of the DLS Mavs podcast, they would have known this is a powder keg. You got to do something about it, and they didn't. And that is how, in so many words, you lose at home to a really freaking bad team.
Team.
The Pelicans also suck. They're so bad, and
they're
the Mavs
awful.
Lost to them.
Tan, what did I tell you before the show started? The pregame show started. What did I tell you earlier? I said I had a bad feeling about tonight. I said the vibes were bad. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Was a shoot around.
Can't be listening to Drake. Drake, it's over.
First of all, right? Yeah, we're not gonna have that conversation right now. But after shoot around, like the vibe felt weird, man. It felt weird. Listening to JC Kidd talk pregame, I thought I was gonna feel a little bit better after they had the the lineup changed. Like, okay, maybe we can get something going against this Pelicans team. The vibe felt really weird today, and I'm not joking. I told Ron, vibes feel weird, man. It feel real weird, and unfortunately, it played itself out. I did not want to feel this way coming into the studio, but I just felt like this was something that just did not feel good. And unfortunately, it played itself out to a bad loss at home against New Orleans.
And they kind of did. They did. This game is like Music Head asks, who's the scapegoat for today? There is no scapegoat. The thing is, I think like this is kind of the game you can expect from Daniel Gafford. He was active and he was productive.
He's giving you everything he's got at this point.
Yeah, this is what you can expect from PJ. It's what you can expect from Coop. It's D'Lo, what you can expect from him and from Brandon Williams and from Clay. Everyone did the kind of thing that you would expect them to do, and it wasn't good enough to beat the Pelicans on the second night of a back-to-back without Zion.
That's unreal.
When are they going to win a game?
We're going to talk about that later on because I don't know. You go on the road for a back-to-back. We're going to take our break here, but when you go on the road for a back-to-back starting on Friday with the Grizzlies and then the Wizards, and you've already lost to the Wizards.
Couldn't stay in front of Jeremiah Fears tonight. You think they're going to stay in front of Ja?
Good gracious. By the way, almost 600 of you watching us live. I need 600 likes.
Thank you very much.
I need 600 likes. I really
Thank you very much
appreciate
for
you.
tuning in. Every like is a 0.01% more chance that the Mavs are going to do the thing that they should have done.
That's
a long time ago.
Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, the turning point in this game and what was an ugly fourth quarter for the Dallas Mavericks once again. We'll get into that next.
That loss might have been stinky, but look, you also stink too, and I'm not saying that to insult you. Whether you know it or not, hey, you're probably sweating throughout the day, even if it's getting cooler outside. And sweat stains can show. I got sweaty pits sometimes, and also they can smell. You don't want to scare away your coworkers. You don't want to scare away your friends. You don't want to scare away your dates or anybody else, and that's why you need Mando. Mando's going to make you smell good, and it's also going to keep you smelling good for a really long time, and it's also going to control some of those sweat stains too. It controls body odor for up to 72 hours, and not just on your pits, guys. I mean everywhere. Things the camera won't show. As a special offer for listeners, new customers can get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code DLLS at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide and free shipping. Again, shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered from head to toe.
Have you ever wanted to be a Major League Baseball player? See your name on the back of your jersey? Share the dugout with all-time greats? Well, I've got the thing just for you. And it's the Texas Rangers Fantasy Camp presented by National Car Rental, and it's your opportunity to live out those dreams. Taking place January 7th through 11th at the Rangers Spring Training Facility in Surprise, Arizona. Rangers Fantasy Camp is the dream experience for any diehard Rangers fan. Across 5 unforgettable days, campers will be treated to a big league experience, custom Rangers uniform, professional grade equipment, access to full clubhouse amenities, post-game happy hours, and the whole 9 yards. And the best part, you'll enjoy hands-on guidance and encouragement from some of the best players to ever don a Texas Rangers uniform, including Ivan Pudge Rodriguez and also Fergie Jenkins, with more alumni announcements on the way. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience if you're a diehard Texas Rangers fan that you won't want to miss. Spots are limited and going fast. Secure yours at rangers.com/fantasycamp. That's rangers.com/fantasycamp. Make sure you sign up for Rangers Fantasy Camp taking place in January today. Mavericks fall 101 to
don't say
99.
Don't say the final score.
New Orleans Pelicans. The Mavericks now the worst record, tied for the worst record, but overall are the worst record in the or worst team in the West. With the Pelicans having won tonight. The numbers were ugly in a number of areas. Thank you so much for joining us here on DLLS Sports. Nearly 600 of you watching us live. We really appreciate you. Give the video a like as we discuss this terrible loss together. Let's get to some of your super chats before we get to tonight's turning point of the game. Matthew Hooks, 8283 with the $2 super chat. This team is embarrassing. Fire Nico and start over.
This is not an informed opinion. I would be surprised if anything happened in the middle of the season, but if this season goes the way it's looking like, it's going to be really hard for stuff to not happen.
We're getting word that Jason Kidd's a little late to the podium.
Second team meeting of the season
as we speak. So we'll be getting our DLLS Mavs beat writer Harrod Jr. as soon as we can. I
know Mavs fans are pretty angsty about J-Kid. We have I have been perplexed by some of the decisions, including starting Coop at the 1. J-Kid rolled out the lineup that I wanted to see tonight, and that sucked too. So this loss is on me.
It's almost like he tried to prove a point.
Yeah,
with the lineup.
They're not ready to play right now. They did not look ready to play physically, mentally, skill wise.
Well, that's on the coach.
Yeah,
if they're not ready to play,
well, it's also on the players.
It is.
You're rich and you get paid a lot. But the thing is, like, the Mavs have always played hard under J-Kid, even whenever they. But like tonight, it didn't seem like it tonight.
At spurts, it did. Other times, it did not. For sure.
Something ominous is brewing, man. It
don't feel good.
It does. I don't like it. Spooky season's supposed to be over.
Matt Culp, excuse me, with the $4.99 super chat. Oh wow, canceled my season tickets after the trade. Decided to buy again after the lottery. Take me off a ledge. Why should I keep them now? This is gross because
you can make them all back for a game in January.
You sure can. Because the future is Cooper Flagg. Like. The recalibration of expectations for some needs to happen. The excitement is watching 32 play and watching his growth and development. Tonight was a growing pain for him. 18 years old, game on the line with a chance to make a shot to tie the game in just his 8th professional game. It didn't work. It didn't happen. He had a good look, had a clean look, didn't go down. He's going to have more and more opportunities to have that type of situation that I'm sure he will learn from and be better in as his career goes on. But these are the growing pains that you're going through.
El Patel says fire, Bobby.
This is courtesy of Tim. Sad-looking Flagg.
Oh, my
God.
Wow.
No. Oh,
Take it off.
Whoa.
Take it off.
Stop right there. Leave
I don't want to look
Hold
at
on.
that.
I need to read it. I need to read it. Cooper Flagg post-game saying, quote, "This is the most I've lost since, I think, ever." Oh, my. Oh, boy. Yikes, man. Yikes.
Is it off?
It's off. Yes, it's off.
Holy God, dude.
Yeah, we'll get into that quote a little bit more.
It is November 5th, and Cooper's sad.
It's a bad basketball team. Like, you're going to get deep analysis from our guy, Bobby Curl, and you got plenty of it during the Curl Straight to watch along. But let's just keep it all the way 100. This team is ill-fitted in terms of the roster it's put together. They can't shoot. They defend decently, but that doesn't matter if you can't clear 100 on a night-to-night basis. There's too much inconsistency at the guard position, bad execution when you need it most. In fact, by the way, the Mavericks are now, check this out, 1-5 in clutch games this year. They've played 6 clutch games in the first 8 games that they've had this year, 1-5 in those. So you can't win in the clutch. You can't execute when you need to down the stretch. Oh, and you still can't shoot and put the ball in the basket. It's not a great team, not a good team at all right now. And you got your
Other than that,
everything's fine. Let's get to the other super chat real quick.
They're 5th in defense now.
Awesome. And still dead last in offensive rating. Awesome. JK THESNK 86. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Cue the Simon and Garfunkel. The copyright-free version.
Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Devin A with the $1.99 super chat. Nico ruined my love for this team. And my birthday is today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed your day other than what happened over the last
The one thing that I would advise, and this is something that I remind myself of because I also unfortunately love this team. I feel like the Jets kid right now.
I hate this team.
I was born into it. I had no choice, but it is what it is. Don't let anyone steal your
Jets
joy.
Kids say,
Don't ever let anyone steal your joy, especially that guy, because doesn't matter if he makes it the rest of the season or not. You're going to be around here longer than he is, and don't give what's the therapy speak? Don't give someone else power over you.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen. hate the player or hate the whatever. What's the game? I don't know. Just the old adage.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't hate the team. Hate the GM.
Fourth quarter was awful tonight. You look at the fourth quarter, the Mavericks were actually able to get themselves tied at 80 with just 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Pelicans used a 12-6 run to take what was a 92-86 lead with 6 minutes left. Back and forth after that, the Pelicans were able to regain a lead at 96-88 with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left, and then the Mavericks started chipping away, making some plays happen. Daniel Gafford giving you everything that he had. But again, Bobby, in that fourth quarter, the Mavericks had 7 turnovers that led to 10 Pelicans points. Pelicans were no better. They had 7 turnovers themselves, but the Mavericks only took advantage with 1 point off the 7 turnovers that the Pelicans had. That's your ball game right there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, at the end of the game, again, the defense dials in.
Yes.
The game usually slows down. And the Mavs, we've said this for a really long time now, but it bears repeating, especially on a game like tonight. The Mavs don't have a thing. Like, they don't have, like...
They had to ask the 18-year-old to go get it again.
Yeah, but like the 2010-11 Mavs, you knew it was going to be either Jet, or it was usually Jet, but someone pinning down for Dirk, okay, so he could get a clean catch at the elbow, and then it was space the floor, and he's going to make something happen. The Mavs don't have anyone right now that can just make something happen from anywhere on the floor. In the fourth quarter, they ran a post-up for Gaff. They ran one. He made it. One he missed.
Mm-hmm.
They had some Coop ISOs. They had D'Lo trying to create, led to a turnover.
Clay just lost the ball by himself for no
they had some
damn
Clay
reason.
Stuff. They had some Coop stuff. They had some Najee stuff. There's no, like, identity. There's no coherent plan. A lot of this offense is still trying to read and react, figure it out, and that some of that will come in time. But when the stakes are highest and you need a bucket, like coming out of the timeout with 9 seconds left or whatever, I figured Coop would get the ball just because. Like, I looked at how they lined up and thought, all right, Max Chris is going to pin down for Coop, is going to get the ball, and it's exactly what happened. But like, once Coop got the ball, it's like, all right, what is he going to do with it? What's his move? What is his thing? Like, no one on this team has a bag. No one has a spot. No one has this thing that they can get to at will, and that will cost you 1,000% of the time in crunch time unless you just flat out get lucky.
And y'all got to stop with the John Morant bit. Y'all got to let that go. Like, that cat's a malcontent. That thing is getting nasty in Memphis. It'll probably get
you don't
right
want those vibes.
It'll probably
not right now.
Honestly, though, it probably might get right on Friday because the Mavericks are coming in. So who knows? It might get right for Memphis for one game for John Morant, given the situation that they're in. But yeah, that thing in Memphis right now is gross.
What is? Never mind. I don't want to read it.
Yeah,
that's a funny comment.
Don't read that.
That's a funny comment.
So you can take that John Morant experience if you want to. I don't want any parts of that right now. Like, they got to clean up what's going on around here. Like, the vibes and the culture, whatever's got going, they need to clean that up right now because this is not a team that you can project. Why would John Morant want to come to this situation, given what's happening right now and what they've got going on here?
When these guys are all, again, they're all highly paid professionals.
Yeah.
But losing has an effect on even the most locked in, the most professional guys, the most focused guys, whatever. You start losing, okay, well, you're hurt. Let's take an extra week to come back. Or, hey, all right, we're down 10. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's just give minutes to Caleb Martin. Like, what you don't want is for losing to become not necessarily the expectation, but where you're not embarrassed after losing. You should be pissed after you lose a game.
They should be pissed off after this.
You should not just be like, oh boy. But like, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they've already lost this game this season. They lost to the Wizards. They've already lost this game this season. They got curb stomped by Wemby on opening night. It was humiliating. They've already lost this game. They completely fell apart in Mexico City. Like, how many more times are you going to lose? They've already lost this game when they beat Indy. That game felt like a loss. Like, how many more times are they going to let it happen? I don't know if it's going to change.
I mean, they got 74 more games to find out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you're here as well. We really appreciate you hanging out with us here. Nearly 600 of you watching.
I want to be happy.
Look, we said this on the last post-game show. We want this team to win games. We want this team to be good. We want these players to be available and to be able to put a product on the floor that you and I and everyone else can be proud of when watching this team play. It's just not happening right now. And the players that you decided to hitch this 3-year timeline to are unavailable, cannot stay on the floor, and more importantly, they are playing the kind of basketball that is I almost said the word unfun. That's not a word.
That is a word.
It's not fun to watch. It's a ugly brand of basketball that is a slog to watch and not entertaining. Like, even if you're going to lose games, make it fun. Make it entertaining. None of this is entertaining. This is boring, and it's gross. It's awful offense to watch night in and night out. They're defending. Look, there are players who have been playing their guts out. PJ was one of those again tonight. Gaffer's been giving you everything that he's got at this point. Clay was actually somewhat okay off the bench, went 4 of 7, but again, bad turnovers at the wrong time, and you couldn't execute when you needed to. So it's just not a great situation right now. And
where's the soul? It has to. I know we're running late. It has to come from within the locker room. It's not going to come from the coach. J-Kid, for all of the pros and all of the cons, he's not a fiery guy. He's just not. He's not a rah-rah guy.
That's not his thing.
The GM, the embattled GM, has a business background. The owner, does he know the players' names? It has to come from within the locker room. And who is the leader on this team? It's Kyrie. He's not coming anytime soon. It's got to come from someone else. I think it's PJ right now, dude.
It's PJ right now.
He's the drumbeat, him and Gafford. And that kind of activity can be galvanizing, but effort does not make a good team. You need skill, too. They're skilled players. The Clays, the D'Los, the Brandon Williams. Those guys have to punch above their weight. They have to be better than they actually are.
Yeah. Clay's a veteran voice in that locker room. He's been there and won 4 championships. He's got a voice that he can continue to step up and use. But right now, it's not about what's being said. It's about what's not being executed on the floor for the Mavericks, especially offensively. Let's take our next break here on our postgame show. When we come back, we welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Harrod Jr., live from the AAC. What did Jason Kidd have to say after tonight's latest loss? We'll do that next.
But first, Mick Ultra. I'm sipping on one right now. I enjoyed one during the watch-along. It was yummy, it was scrumptious, and it doesn't make my tummy feel bad because it's just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's pretty light. It's pretty smooth. It's a superior taste worth playing for, and that is why it's the official beer of the NBA and also of the DLLS Mavs podcast, also of our watch-alongs. That was a whole lot of fun. Our pregame shows, our postgame shows. Michelob Ultra is everywhere. It's glowing right there, and I'm really stalling because it does say in the copy points, the delicious taste of victory. It just says that like 2 or 3 different times. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's like. I've forgotten what that's like.
You do know what it's like every time you taste a Michelob Ultra.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
This thing tastes like winning. Yeah. It tastes like how I remember winning feeling. And hopefully we get to experience that again soon. But no matter what, we're going to continue to enjoy Michelob Ultra, and we're going to enjoy it responsibly because, again, it is a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the NBA.
Game time here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. If you love going to basketball games, football games, concerts, all kinds of events, Game Time is a place to get your tickets. This NBA season, you can get to your favorite NBA teams' games with the lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. They've got panoramic seat view so you can pick out the perfect seat for your perfect event as well. And they've got Game Time ticket coverage where your purchase is guaranteed, recovered, with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. So if you want to take the guesswork out of buying your NBA tickets this season, you got to do it with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DLLS for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. Shout out to Game Time.
Game time. We have the energy for that. Come on, game time.
Game time.
Woo, woo, woo. There's a video from Noah Weber showing a very dejected Mavs team walking off the floor through the tunnel. I'm talking heads hanging, jerseys off. There's a couple of this.
We started to see some of that frustration boil over after the game against Houston. Klay Thompson smacking water bottles off a table, or at least attempted to, walking to the locker room. I hate to use the word dire through 8 games, but damn it, it's getting close. We getting close. Let's go out to the American Airlines Center right now. Welcome in our DLLS Mavs beat writer. He knows sports and better basketball. His name is Harrod Jr. Ron, what's going on?
Good. Also, I mean, I saw it was over 500 people when I was in the waiting room. That number dropped. I feel disrespected, everybody. I'm just joking. I see that number climb back up. We appreciate you all for being here. The vibes aren't good at the American Airlines tonight. I'm going to be completely honest. I mean, I just wanted, let's just start with the Cooper Flagg quote, everybody. It's a somewhat of a long one, but I think it'd be worth it just to hear kind of the whole thing broken up. So Cooper Flagg said, "For me, it's the most I've lost since I think ever." So it's obviously a lot different. And you have to adapt to playing just a lot of games. I wouldn't say everybody's happy. Guys are obviously trying to stay level headed and know that we got a lot more games to go and it's still really early. But I mean, speaking personally, I know it's not fun to just keep losing and losing games. I think that quote just kind of sums up the season so far, this game, and even Cooper Flagg's young rookie life. This was supposed to be a team that people were saying that the Mavs, got the number one pick when they were basically a playoff team. They shouldn't have got the pick. Well, right now the Mavs are essentially the worst team in the Western Conference by a record of tie. So I think that quote kind of summarizes what we've seen from this team so far.
Cooper Flagg, what is this? This is November. So 9 months ago, Cooper Flagg was playing in the Final Four, trying to lead his team to a national championship, winning every National Player of the Year award that you could think of. 9 months ago, this cat was living on close to the top of the basketball world, playing for a Duke program that was close to winning a national championship. 9 months later, he's getting a real severe crash course in how life can come at you fast in the league. And right now, it is coming at them 110 miles an hour with no speed bump. Like, it is just hitting him constantly in the face, night in and night out. And so far, the results have just not been good for this team. What else did you glean from postgame? What did Jason Kidd have to say with his brief, apparently, postgame comments?
Yeah, so he spoke for less than 4 minutes, which I would say is a little bit shorter than what I'm used to. Now, maybe there just weren't, enough questions that he just got out of there. But I thought a question I wanted to know is, he talks a lot about shot quality. So I just asked, like, genuinely in this game, did you think the shot quality was good? He said he thought the shot quality was good. He says he just thought the team just did not make shots. So to be fair, the big thing has been, how do we generate open shots for the Dallas Mavericks? Tonight, to be fair, and Jason Kidd would agree, they generated some open looks. The team did not make shots. And D'Angelo Russell, I was on the same show. I capped for D'Angelo Russell. I made a video. It's on our YouTube shorts. You should watch it after this. I said D'Angelo Russell should start the game. And he goes out there, and I feel like an idiot because, I mean, he looks horrendous.
Same. I put my reputation on the line for this guy.
Face. I mean, it was left hook, right hook. I felt like when every brick, because, the Mavs have the noise amplifier. So every brick is like legit. It's like it's screaming at you. So you hear that clank, and I'm like, it felt like I was the one getting punched. So it just like D'Angelo Russell, this is going to be kind of his life. It's going to be amazing game, really down game, middle game. He's a very volatile player. We've talked about that. But in a game where they needed him to make shots, he did not make shots. I'm just going to be honest. And Max Christie made some shots. Cooper Flagg, while he wasn't necessarily, it's not his most efficient game, I think he had 5 stocks in the game. He rebounded well. When Jason Kidd talked about that last shot, when Flagg talked about that last shot, Jason Kidd talked about that last shot, and Max Christie talked about that last shot. Everyone said the same thing. We thought that was the look that we wanted. Now, you could argue that, this team, a last shot should go to a player that has, like, multiple moves, and Cooper Flagg doesn't really have a move. It's like not his game. But I do think the shot generated was probably one of the better shots they were going to be able to get. They just didn't make it.
Yeah, he had a clean look, and he missed it.
He was definitely, he was a little off balance and all, but that's, I no problems. Yeah. No problems with that. He's going to learn from that. Just get your feet set a little bit. And he
the 18-year-old shouldn't have to be in the position to have to go get it for you.
Well, I don't mind giving him the look. I don't mind giving him the look.
I'm saying the look is fine. I'm just saying you're in a position where the 18-year-old got to go get it for you.
Oof.
Well, yeah, but who else is taking the shot?
The 18-year-old in the position to have to go get it for you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're making my point. He shouldn't have to be the one that has to go get it.
The two guys that would get it are hurt. Like, they got to
they
got to give the shot to someone.
I
Ain't
think
nobody
the shot-
available. Can't nobody stay healthy. The 18-year-old gotta go get it. Should have to be
Jesus
that
Christ.
way.
So the
I
Mavs
love
tonight.
unhinged KD.
The Mavs tonight. They're the stat. I always talk about it. I'm sorry. I just apologize. Quantified shot quality. It's estimation of the quality of your shot based on nearest defender. Blah 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 blah. Tonight was right in the middle of the pack for Mavs games this season. 52.4 would be essentially their expected effective field goal percentage, which would rank bottom 10 in the NBA among all teams if they got that caliber of look every game. But that's like right in the middle of the pack of their games. The Mavs ranked 25th in shot quality, so it was actually a little better than what they normally get. So tonight was relatively a good night of looks for Dallas. But whenever you're taking really bad shots, that means that either they're not open, or they're late in the shot clock, or they're tough twos as opposed to threes, or they're not at the rim, they're 12 feet away or whatever. It's really, really hard to score whenever you're taking bad shots. It is unless you got a team full of Kobe's or a team full of Kyries or whatever. It is really hard to win a single game. But they take tough shots all the time, every game. That's why this offense is bad. They don't get enough easy looks.
Yeah, just to add on to Bobby, just to add on to the stats. So the Mavs were 15 of 47 on jump shot, which is 32%. On layups, they were only 13 of 23, which is 56% on layup attempts. On floaters, 3 of 11, 27%. Now, those were mostly D'Angelo Russell. I don't mean to pile on D'Angelo Russell, but we saw, come on. We saw the first quarter. The offense was sticky, I think as Cooper Flagg described it. Sticky was the word he used. So
I do. That's
3 of 11 on floaters is, yeah. So, and it's overall in the half court, they shot 34%. So with middle of the pack shot quality, you gave them 34% half court offense. And Jason Kidd was right. The shot, they were probably average in shot quality, but they just were not making shots. And it comes to a point where, as a coach, what can you do? I'm giving the right plays or right spacing concepts, and they're somewhat being effective. I'm not saying they've been perfect, but they're somewhat being effective. And the team still doesn't make shots. You've already changed the lineup now multiple times. Where does Jason Kidd go? He's literally trying to do everything right now.
The Mavericks are the walking cliche of one of the more famous NBA sayings. This is a make or miss league, and they are missing the hell out of everything that they take at this rate.
The Mavs are
and it's loud, Kevin.
They're the Browns, dude. They're the Cleveland Browns.
What the hell?
Oh man,
they're number 5 in defense.
Yeah,
they're
dead
last by a mile in offense.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They cannot do anything. Dude, I said it during the watch along. It was it looks so hard for them.
It's labored. Everything is labored.
Every possession is so
it's constipation.
Tough. It really is.
Did you just say it was constipation?
They got to give this. All right.
It's constipation. I'm being honest with you.
Drink some water, eat some green vegetables, and take some Metamucil if you need it, dude. That's it.
The only thing they would say to them is literally the Fiber One bar. It can't even just be water anymore. It has to be something drastic. Boom, let's just get it out of there. Drink a coffee with the Fiber One. Something has to change. Again, Cooper Flagg said his words, sticky. It means the offense is slow. Max Christie says that they have, different spacing concepts, but I guess all the times, I understood it, but I didn't. I guess all the time the players aren't getting to their spots. I'm assuming he means maybe on fast breaks or in the half court, maybe people aren't where they should be. I don't want to misquote him on that, but it felt like that's what he was meaning. Hey, we have spacing concepts. We're just not doing that well. And then coaches telling us where to go for spacing purposes. They must just not be doing it consistently.
Yeah, and that's some of the buzzwords that we've used over the last several games. Inconsistency, lack of execution. The players have got to be able to put into practice the things that they are able, that is being, implemented from an offensive standpoint. They've had good opportunities to make shots. They simply have to knock them down. And this team has just not been good enough in a number of areas anywhere on the floor to make the kinds of shots necessary.
They're also not creating good. They're not creating good shots
either. Yeah.
It's a bottom five shot creation team. Again, Shot creation, it is you take more shots in a game than you do literally anything else. Maybe the only thing you'll do more is defend shots. But like that's from 25 different players on whatever. Like you take a shot almost every time down the court. Like shot creation is so far and away the most important thing in basketball. And
By far.
they just they disagree with me. They have a different opinion. And
the other part that's troubling too, before we let you go, they got crushed on the boards. I mean, a negative 12 on the boards for a team that is undersized.
And it felt worse than that.
Yeah, like the offensive rebounding at times for New Orleans, you were looking around like, can somebody please get a damn defensive rebound? Because second chance opportunities were able to keep them in this game as well.
Only 10 offensive. They're the worst offensive rebounding team in the NBA, the Mavs. The worst. By a lot.
And the Pelicans had 14 offensive boards in tonight's game. Anything else before we let you go, sir?
Did you have a good day?
I'm trying. I tried, but I have the stat sheet right here that, again, thank you to the Mavs PR for passing that out. And I'm looking at the starting lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. And it was Jeremiah Fears, Herb Jones, Kevon Looney in 2025, Sadiq Bey in 2025, and Trey Murphy III. And the Mavs lost the game. And only one player on the Pelicans had 20-plus points, and it was Sadiq Bey, who I think he played one game last season off an ACL tear. Like
0 games last year.
This is the Sadiq Bey. Yeah, this is the Sadiq Bey like back game from like 2024. He's had I'm not sure. I think this might be his first 20-point game since before the ACL tear. Like it just seems like every game a different like person goes off on the Mavericks, and then like you might or might not ever hear this person's name again for the rest of the NBA season. Sadly, Kevin, the Mavs defense is, I'm not going to say it's the Cowboys defense, but it just seems like people just seem to get off when they see that blue jersey, whether it's in
the Cowboys wish they could defend like the
Arlington.
Mavericks. Let's get something straight. The Cowboys wish they could defend like the Mavericks, please. Like the Mavericks wish they could score like the Cowboys offense could score.
Yeah. There we go.
It's just real quick before I let you go, because I want to get your thought on this in a quick 30 seconds. What was the vibe for you today after shoot around? Like we talked to Najee Marshall for all of a minute and 15 seconds, literally. Like, what was your vibe coming out of shoot around? Because I told Tanner before the show, like the vibe did not feel good to me at all coming out of shoot around and listening to Jason Kidd talk. What was your perception of the vibe today?
We talked about it pregame. They playing Marvin's Room. It just felt sad and dark. And I don't want to like be dramatic, but like the energy wasn't high. I've been around some championship high school teams, and you go in the locker room, the vibes are pretty high. I mean, they're dancing, they're playing music, it's just a different type of energy. They're laughing with each other, they're joking with each other. The Mavs aren't doing that as much. Now, I think all the players, at least to my knowledge, seem to like each other. I want to be very clear about that. There's no, to me, at least from my point of view, there's no like players that don't enjoy playing with each other. At least not right now. But the energy just doesn't feel great. Like I said, Najee Marshall gave a very short interview. Since I've started this job, I've yet to talk to Klay Thompson. I mean, maybe one of these days, maybe 2026. We'll see. I mean, I'd love to hear what he has to say, but maybe we'll get him. Maybe we'll, see. So he looks visibly upset on the bench. He looks visibly upset after games, but I don't actually know his real feelings because, again, he hasn't talked to the media, I think, since training camp.
Yeah. Ron, sports, and you're our DLLS Mavs beat writer. We appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the day off tomorrow. We'll talk to you Friday.
See you Friday, everybody.
Bye, Ron.
They were playing Marvin's Room today in after shoot around.
Want to know what they need to start playing to turn around the vibes? Flip on some ABBA.
Oh, that's good. Do you think Cooper Flagg even knows who that is?
I bet he does.
I bet you don't.
I bet you he's probably listened to Dancing Queen at least 5 times.
Okay. That's the guy who didn't listen to Cooper
Flagg. Oh, that's right. Damn, he's got to know ABBA, dude. Come on.
He literally told you he don't listen to music. He told us immediately that he don't listen to music. Let's take a break. Final break. When we come back, I don't know what the hell is going to happen next with this team. We'll try to figure it out before we get out of here. Let's talk about it next. But first, we want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way to do that is to like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports.
35K.
That's right. Join the over 35,000 subscribers here already with DLLS Sports. We reached that today, actually. So shout out to
thank you,
our entire crew here for reaching 35K. Make sure you like and comment on the video that you see and watching right now. Also, you go to alldlls.com, click the Die Hard QR code that you see on your screen right now, or alldlls.com, click the Die Hard tab. When you do, you get 20% off our events. You got a member-only Discord. You also get a free t-shirt when you sign up as well. We'll get to some that we've got in our face-off collection representing the Dallas Stars here in just a moment. But when you do, you get access to our premium content that we have for all of our beats here, including Harrod Jr. covering your Dallas Mavericks, Clarence E. Hill Jr. and Ali Jawad covering your Dallas Cowboys. Jeff Wilson's been all over it for the Texas Rangers offseason thus far, covering everything for your Rangers, and Sam Nessler and Sean Shapiro covering everything for your Dallas Stars. We've got tremendous access to all of our benefits when you become part of our DLLS Sports family. And we got a new face-off collection representing the Dallas Stars as well. You can check that out at store.allcitynetwork.com as the Stars playing well-ish. Can't get a regulation win, but they keep getting points. But they did get a shootout win last night. So shout out to the Stars. So yeah, store.allcitynetwork.com. Make sure you check that out in our brand new face-off collection as well. We've got a tremendous collection of merchandise that you want to check out. And after you do all that, you can check out our free newsletter that can just drop into your email box around 8:39 a.m. every single day.
Ali Jawad is always in the Mavs chat too.
He is always in the Mavs chat. He's the one that curates our DLLS newsletter, looking at DFW sports through the lens of us here at DLLS Sports. So make sure you check that out today.
Our Mavericks, Reddit Mavericks, great Twitter account run by a similarly great dude. If Dumont knew what a basketball looked like, he'd be so mad at Nico right now.
Yeah, you gotta laugh a little bit to keep from getting entirely pissed off, because this is, again, after 8 games, you've won 2 of them, and you could have lost a 7th one if Aaron Nesmith's 3-pointer goes down. So the Mavericks have a back-to-back starting on Friday, where they go to Memphis, and then they will be in our nation's capital on Saturday to take on the Wizards, who they've already lost to once already. Anthony Davis is day-to-day, continues to ramp up, as Jason Kidd said in his pregame comments. Derek Lively not expected back at the earliest until next week at some point. So immediate help is not coming. It's the men in the room right now who have to, as Bobby talked about during the pregame show, they're the ones that got to look themselves in the mirror and get this thing figured out, because Anthony Davis is not coming back just yet. Derek Lively not coming back, and Kyrie Irving not walking through that door either right now. So they've got work to do to figure out how to get this thing turned around and to do it quick, because the more games they lose, the quicker you're losing ground. You got two of the top 3 teams in the West playing each other right now in the Lakers and the Spurs. Thunder acting like they're not going to lose a game at all this year. Like, they literally undefeated so far through the first 7-8 games. So you got to do some work and do it pretty quick. Let's get to your super chats here. The ones that we haven't got to so far. Matt Culp with the $4.99 super chat. You know how I knew we were cooked? I'm more confident in the Cowboys doing the right thing than the Mavs. Dude. I'm only half joking. This is bad.
That is a dark place to be in. But you know what? I can't disagree.
I mean, Jerry made that trade half to make the football team better, half because the team was on a bye week and he needed some attention.
Doesn't matter.
And he did it.
So. Mavs are getting plenty of attention right now. Are they getting any good players back anytime soon?
Nope. Linessa with the $2 super chat. Monkey Paw. We get Coop, but we became the Wizards.
At what cost was it worth it?
Damn. Can you throw up that Cooper quote again? Because that really
don't please.
No, throw it up. So
Trigger warning.
Who didn't see it earlier?
Trigger warning.
National Tim alert. Cooper Flagg saying, quote after the game, "This is the most I've lost since I think ever." That is a dejected 18-year-old young man there, sitting at the podium. And look, man, we said this earlier. Life in the NBA comes at you fast, and right now, this team. They can't score. They can't execute at the right time. And it's not slowing down.
No, this is the first game of an easy portion of the schedule.
Nothing's easy for this team at this rate.
Their next, including tonight, their next 5 games: Pelicans at home, Grizzlies road, Wizards road, back to back, Milwaukee, Phoenix. Milwaukee is pretty good, obviously, with Giannis and everything, but like that is probably, if I had to guess, based on win percentage now and at the end of the year, this is probably the easiest 5-game stretch of their schedule all season. And it started with a loss. And, really the only portion of the schedule that could be easier than this one was the 5-game homestand, during which they lost 3 games. They have trailed by double digits, I believe, in every game this season, except for to the Raptors. I might be forgetting one, but this is some dark stuff.
I mean, the thing is, you are squandering away a tremendous opportunity. 13 of the first 18 games of the season are at home. It is going to get not only much more difficult from a scheduling standpoint in terms of the teams that you play, but the amount of time that you're spending on the road as you get deeper into the season. I believe, if I remember correctly, 15 of their last 18 games of the regular season are on the road. So the amount of price that you are costing yourself right now by not taking advantage of the schedule that you have and not winning games at home, that is getting worse and worse and piling up as each loss continues, because it gets that much more difficult as this season goes on. And they are making it very hard on themselves to get to where anything could be palpable in terms of even a potential play-in spot at this rate. It's 8 games, but each game that we keep saying, oh, it's 8, oh, it's 9, it's 10, they're piling up.
Yeah, well, and by the time you get to 12, it's going to get extremely hard.
It's about to get nasty.
After that 12th game, after that Phoenix game, 13 of their next 15 are against teams that are 500 or better. They have beaten how many winning teams this year?
That would be none.
Okay. So think about that.
Jason D with a $4.99 super chat. Nico said this is a win now team. I get he's 18, but we have to hold Nico accountable. MFFL, but I hope y'all don't stop talking about Luka.
We won't, and we really can't. I mean, everything that this team does lives in the shadow of that trade. And that trade will ultimately be the reason that a lot of people lose their job. A lot of people at that company have already lost their job or left as a direct or indirect consequence of that trade. And they won't be the last.
Minister Moreno with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Tank. Who are we going after for the first overall pick this year? You think the basketball guys are about to award this team another number one overall pick?
They were watching tonight. They were watching. Mavs falling to 4th on draft night.
Yeah, come on, man. I appreciate the optimism though, but yeah, the basketball guys have spoken.
The good news is there's 4 or 5 really good players.
There's really good players.
There's
a
lot.
Year.
If you're going to be really bad, this is the year to do it.
Speaking of Duke, that Cameron Booster kid, woohoo! He's fun. He's fun to watch. But as we mentioned, the Mavericks now 2-6 on the year, dead last in the Western Conference as a result of the loss. Give credit to the Pelicans, man. Second night of a back-to-back. They win at home. They come on the road to get their second win of the year because that team had been getting laughed out the building.
The Mavs just lost to a team that Mark Stein speculated would be without its head coach.
Yeah, Willie Green is hanging on to that job by a thread, and they were able to, get a win.
So pick yourself up off the mat and go beat the next team you play. All right? I don't want to talk about another loss again this week.
I mean, I don't either, but the
we might not have a choice.
The way this thing is operating right now.
Oh my God. Is it Jake the Snake? Is that the handle?
Is that we can't see the
It's a JK. It's like Jake the Snake without the vowels.
Snake. Oh, that's Jake the Snake. Is that what that's supposed to represent? I didn't know, man. Look, it's got numbers in it and it's got other letters in it. I did not know. Realize
it's like DLLS for Dallas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. I sincerely apologize to Jake the Snake.
Is that a wrestling guy?
You don't know who Jake the Snake is?
Dude, come on.
Take a guess what his stick was.
Does he slither around?
No,
he have a really long
he
tongue.
Would literally bring a real live snake.
Oh, really? Oh, that sounds kind of
Do
metal.
yourself a favor, have some fun. Look up Jake the Snake.
I won't, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and watch chess analysis.
Tanner, we love you. We appreciate you making us look good and sound good as always. Thanks,
you, sir.
Tanner. He deserves a day off, so he's gonna get it tomorrow, and we're gonna take
the World Cup right now, man. I gotta lock in.
Well, we're gonna take the day off tomorrow. We're off tomorrow because we got a back-to-back to get ready for Friday and Saturday. So no DLLS Mavs tomorrow. We will be back for our pregame show. What time on Friday, Mike, for our pregame show?
6:30.
6:30. Look at you. 6:30 for our pregame show.
Vibes are shifting.
Ahead of the Mavericks taking on the Memphis Grizzlies and that malcontent John Morant. We will see how that goes. Mavericks fall 101-99 at the AAC for their third straight loss. Appreciate our DLLS Mavs B-Rider Harrod Jr. for joining us live from the AAC. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst. And the Corral Strader watch along, Bobby Corella.
Thank you again for joining. Really appreciate it.
My name is Kevin Gray. We're DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you Friday at 6:30 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.